The following stanzas were states of being that existed before the creation of our physical universe. Universal mind was not, for there was no I to contain it. So here we see the source of all beings here. The I is the infinite souls that have separated from the source at some points and have continued on in their journeys. We are always at one with the source when we choose to focus on it. These are the infinite souls. Here are the universal mind, not yet contained. So this is the universal mind, the collective soul, not yet in manifestation. It represents the plan, the great plan that will come into being. This is again the infinite sphere of potential. Same thing here. It is known as the veils of the negations. They can be experienced through Zen, Buddhist meditations, and other forms of very deep meditation. They are also experienced in times of Zen and Taoism. The 7 ways to bliss were not. The great causes of misery were not. There was no one to produce and get ensnared by them. So here we have the great causes of misery and the 7 ways to bliss. This goes back to earlier illustrations, and these are the tasks of the Ahai, the tasks of the experiences they will go through, the highs, the lows, the in-betweens. This is the great plan. The sun will be spoken of in a moment. It represents, it's the sun of necessity, the solar logos, laws of attraction, emerald tablet, and the laws of the Kabbalion. These are the collective energies not yet created. The next stanza verse 5, the darkness alone filled the boundless all, for father, mother, and son were once more together, and the sun had not awakened yet for the new wheel and his pilgrimage thereon. Now this is the pilgrimage that is spoken of. This is the sun, represents the sun of all of us through the cycles of the great wheel of karma and reincarnation. These are like cogs on a wheel. This is represents the darkness or the unseen and visible. And here are the spirits of the Trinity, Father, Son, and Mother. That is verse 4. Now we get into, verse 5. Now we're in verse 6. The 7 sublime lords and the 7 truths had ceased to be, but they were in waiting to be reborn. And the universe, the sun of necessity, was immersed in parishpana, to be outbreathed by that which is, and yet is not was. So here we have the outbreathing of that which is and yet is not. This is the sun that I just spoke of in Panya. or absolute perfection. It's like a form of crystalline sphere, crystallized nothingness, not yet creation. The seven sublime lords and the seven rays of truth are here. The sun is in between these two. They have not yet been created, and the sun was immersed within the great plan and placed within the plan that was for all the souls to follow in the creation yet to come. Now, in verse 7, we have the causes of existence had been done away with. The invisible that was and the invisible that is rested in eternal non-being, the one thing. This speaks of what is known as the Kalpa. The Kalpa is ancient Hindu philosophy of the great cycles. The longest cycle representing a day of Brahma, which lasts for billions and billions of years. And this is one of the cycles that we're in right now. So this stanza and the others speak of the time when all the universe was contracted within a single singularity. And now it is manifested. So now we are in the unending, unconscious, omnipresent being of the solar logos. It is a static form, frozen and not in motion. That was the crystallization of what was, and we are now in it. We are now in the cycles of the next several billions of years. We now have the last stanza here, verse 9 in the series. All of these reflect back to the last illustrations we just saw. But where was the Dagma when the Ahaya of the universe was in Paramartha and the great wheel was in Anupadaka? All right, so here we have the rings of these existences, and here we have their definitions. Dagma is the purified, perfected self. Alea is the storehouse of consciousness of the universe. Then we have absolute perfection. And then we have Anupadakata, the self-born. So the self-born is here, and we each see the levels as they finally reach the self-born stage here. First beginning with the storehouse of consciousness, then the absolute perfection of the crystallization of the great plan. Then we have the purified, perfected self, the self-acknowledged self, self-awareness. And then we have the creation of the self-born. So I hope this helps you a little bit in learning more of the forces that went into the creation of the universe. Thank you very much, and we shall talk with you soon in part 4.